Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I have a true story to share with you, one that's as heartbreaking as it is chilling. It's a story of a devastating tragedy that struck a peaceful community, leaving a lasting impact on everyone who heard about it. Our story begins on December 1st, 1987, in the quiet town of Townsend, Massachusetts. Townsend was known for its tight-knit community and tranquil atmosphere, a place where residents felt safe and secure. But on this day, an unimaginable crime took place that would forever change the lives of those who lived there. Priscilla Gustafson was a beloved preschool teacher, cherished by her students and respected by her peers. She lived with her husband, Andrew Gustafson, a successful lawyer, and their two young children, Abigail, age 7, and William, just 5 years old. The Gustafson family resided on Saunders Road, in a serene neighborhood where such a crime was unimaginable. That fateful day started like any other. Andrew left for work in the morning, unaware of the nightmare that would unfold. Priscilla, as usual, took care of their home and their children. The last known contact with Priscilla was a phone call she made to a friend around noon. When Andrew returned home from work around 5 p.m., he found the house eerily quiet. As he walked through the front door, he called out for his wife and children, but there was no response. He immediately sensed that something was terribly wrong. The house was in disarray, and there were signs of a struggle. As Andrew made his way upstairs, he discovered the lifeless body of his wife, Priscilla, lying on the bed in their master bedroom. She'd been shot twice in the head at close range. In a state of shock and disbelief, he continued to search for his children, hoping they were safe. His worst fears were realized when he entered the bathroom. There he found Abigail and William, both drowned in the bathtub. The sight was beyond horrific, and Andrew's world came crashing down in an instant. He immediately called the police, and the investigation into their murders began. Chief William May and the local police department quickly arrived at the scene. The brutality of the crime stunned the officers, and they vowed to bring the perpetrator to justice. The investigation was swift and thorough, as they combed through evidence and interviewed neighbors. It didn't take long for the investigation to lead them to a local teenager named Daniel LaPlante. LaPlante, just 17 years old, had a troubling history that included breaking into homes. He was well known to the police for his erratic behavior and criminal activities. LaPlante lived in the same neighborhood as the Gustafson family, making him a prime suspect. LaPlante had previously broken into the Gustafson home, stealing items and even leaving behind disturbing notes. His obsession with the family grew, culminating in the tragic events of December 1st. On that day, LaPlante broke into the Gustafson home once again, armed with a .22 caliber revolver. He waited for Priscilla and the children to return, then carried out his horrific plan. On December 3rd, 1987, just 2 days after the murders, LaPlante was apprehended. He was found hiding in a dumpster in Ayer, Massachusetts, about 10 miles from Townsend. The police had tracked him down after an intensive manhunt that involved multiple law enforcement agencies. LaPlante was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. The trial that followed was a harrowing experience for the community, and especially for Andrew Gustafson, who had to relive the nightmare of losing his family. The evidence against LaPlante was overwhelming. His fingerprints were found at the crime scene, and the stolen items from the previous break-ins were linked to him. During the trial, it was revealed that LaPlante had a troubled childhood. He had been in and out of foster care and had a history of psychological issues. Despite this, the jury found him guilty of all charges. On October 25th, 1988, Daniel LaPlante was sentenced to 3 life terms in prison without the possibility of parole, ensuring that he would never be able to harm another family again. The case of the Gustafson family serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the random nature of violence. It also highlights the resilience of the human spirit. Andrew Gustafson, despite his immense loss, became an advocate for victims' rights and worked tirelessly to support others who had experienced similar tragedies. As we reflect on this story, we are reminded of the importance of community, the need for vigilance, and the strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable grief. The memory of Priscilla, Abigail, and William Gustafson continues to live on in the hearts of those who knew them and those who have heard their story. Thank you for listening. If you found this story engaging, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more true crime and paranormal stories. And if you have any experiences, please let us know in the comments below.